explosion that detonated in the engine. The overall like structure of it was fine. Like it's old and like kind of a piece of crap, but like it functions perfectly well, and you were able to repair the damage without too much difficulty.
Nice.
Partly aided by the fact that one of the force wielders just got all up in your brain without your consent. And you
Are
you
we
live
yet?
Yeah, we're alive.
Nice.
We're alive. A podcast about survival. I got all negatives again before I got all pluses, guys. That fucking sucks.
Wow, you suck at rolling. You suck at rolling dice.
I play the dice game sometimes.
Do you?
Yeah. I'm actually really good at that one. I do it at work because I have little keychain dice.
Do you really? That's so silly.
It's not silly. It's important.
So you guys were back operational and sort of deciding on what to do next.
We should.
Have we started yet? Are we streaming?
Yes.
We should be. Yeah. Go ahead and start your stream.
Oh, okay. Yes, let's do that. Indeed. So sorry.
That's not creepy at all.
Never.
What is?
Or his voice.
And now we're live. Hello, ladies and gentlemen.
Back with another exciting episode of Star Wars Manifest.
That's right, bitches.
We're manifesting the stars.
Wow.
I thought we were warring the stars, but okay. Whatever.
No, we're warring the stars and manifesting our destiny.
Correct. Yes.
That's
awesome.
Really funny, actually.
Hey, Sonic, how you doing? Can you hear me? Am I good on sound?
Delightful. But yeah, so that is where we were. What do you call it? That's where we're kind of picking up.
Awesome.
Right. We beat the Scorpone. We're on our way to
slaughter some people.
Try and get the drop on some of the Outriders that have sent basically a scouting attachment. The deputy, what did I rename him? Deputy Demarion has kind of warned you like these guys are bad news, but it's a scouting party, so there's probably only going to be like 2 or 3, maybe 4 of them.
Right.
It shouldn't be too much trouble. Just
that's what
honestly, he was like, I'd prefer you. Look, I'd prefer if you can get any kind of information about what might be coming this way. Obviously, good. If you just want to, and then kind of did the like move thumb across throat, flop head to the side thing, and he goes, I'm not going to ask you too many questions when you get back. Like the handle this at your discretion kind of thing.
Right.
Figure out what you can, but if one of the 2 groups of people that's going to be there has to come back with 1 less guy.
Hey, Mama Taxi.
But yeah.
All right, so let's all hop back in the speeder and get going.
Absolutely. Can you all verify for me whether or not you see the map that I pushed out to you?
I don't see anything.
I see it.
Go into the where is it? Campaign images.
It should be shack is what it's labeled.
I do not see it. New image?
Images.
I see Desert Map 1.
No, that's not it.
So click on the share button at the top.
The share button at the
Untitled.
Oh, there we go. No, that's
I made it public. Is that
it?
Shack.
Yep, Shack.
Yep, there we go.
It has arrived. The Shake Shack.
Hell yeah. You will all see at the top Patreon neutral party. They had fuck all to do with this, but they made a map where the pre-made grid on it lines up exactly perfect with the grid tool on Fantasy Grounds, which is a thing that never happens. So go download their shit. I didn't pirate it, for the record. It was free on Reddit. So anyone in the comments that wants to accuse me of stealing content, y'all can lick my balls, okay? Because I didn't do that shit.
No, neutral party's really cool.
Please don't lick his balls. It'll only encourage him.
I know it encourages me.
No comment.
I hate that shit. Neither of us are going to enjoy it.
Sounds perfect.
That's the best part.
Sounds perfect. Neither of us enjoy it. We can't get off. Anyway, moving along. How are we approaching
Also,
this?
Ben, I'm gonna tell you right now. Oh wait, hang on. I will unlock your character for you. Once I figure out how, I'm gonna ask you to please not be making black lines all over the screen with your character zipping around.
That's too late. He has already done that.
No,
Where's the tool that unlocks your characters?
If you unlock there's a little lock icon at the top that should unlock.
There we go. There, I just did it.
Yeah. Okay, there you go. Perfect.
Right,
You figured it out. I'm proud of you.
So yeah, you all arrive. Very rocky area. You see these two kind of cliff faces at the front.
I don't think we'd all be just walking up to it. I think we would approach with caution.
That's just where I dumped you on the map.
I know.
But yeah, you arrive up to it. It's basically, imagine a big, like, it looks like at one point it may have been a crater, since the entire planet is basically filled with geysers. And, you know, it's basically filled with geysers, and this is like a one-sided crater where part of it collapsed over time and equalized with the rest of the topography. And you see this is like a little shack that may have at one point been, you know, any number of things. It's obviously fallen into disrepair, but I mean, any of you that have done shadier work, this is the kind of place that is usually good as an outpost, because it doesn't really appear on any kind of, like, no one gives a shit enough to put it on a map.
Okay.
Understandable.
You know, it's like when you're driving down the highway and you see like a ramshackle abandoned building, and you're like, what the fuck is that? Like, no one would ever look twice at it, so it's perfect. But yeah. As you were saying, describe to me, like, how do you guys want to do this? Do you also it was nighttime when you guys were arriving because of the delay. Do you want to camp out for the night and try and wait till morning, or are you going at this under cover of darkness?
We should probably do it in the dark.
I can concur with that.
I'll dig it.
Sure.
Okay. All right. So yeah, you guys rock up on your speeder, roughly in that area, but kind of, I guess, tell me, like, if there's any alterations to like where specifically you'd like to be.
I would like to be hiding behind some of the rocky outcropping.
Okay.
So that they don't see us coming.
Nice. Classic. So you're gonna post up there and kind of hide out
For now.
Okay.
So we decide what our strategy is going to be.
All right. Like I said, anybody have any moves they want to make here? Aside from like post up or whatever, like, what do you guys want to do?
So
you can assume your enemy's probably inside, but you don't have any data.
All right, is that where everybody's placed?
Everyone can move their tokens freely.
Okay.
Guess I'll be over here.
Okay, and Char we should put off to the side.
He'll probably rock up. Yeah, Char, in accordance with my usual rules for
he's there.
Drop-in players, he exists. He's not going to do anything that majorly alters the course of the story. He will take actions consistent with his usual motives, but he's not going to, like, kill the big bad or get shot in the face.
Right. Until he gets here, then we could shoot him in the face.
Exactly. This guy gets it. But anyway, and then your other friend Dorian, he kind of takes cover behind you, considering that you were the one who was like conversing with him last time. So I think he's gonna vibe in you.
I am protecting him. He is my ward.
Great. I think he looks at you and he says that. I think he says that if it pleases the will of the great fire.
Right. He attunes himself to the resonant of.
Great. Are you saying this to him like as he's doing spiel?
No.
No, you should that should be totally be what you're doing. That would go along with our other campaign where someone insults orcs. So like it would be perfect.
Yeah, right.
How many campaigns can we canonize racism?
Am I ever gonna live that down?
Not really. No.
Once your character overcomes his speciesism and learns to live as a more well-adjusted person with love in his heart. For those of you who forget, this is the character art that I found for him. Didn't expect for him to be this hot, but that's canon now. So
yeah,
you can deal with that however you feel is best.
Love it. So yeah, he's attuned. What is he attuning his resonance to?
You.
He's kind of
big boy.
No, it's.
Sorry.
He says if it pleases the great fire, he attunes to the resonance of not fear, like nervousness, I want to say. I'm trying to think of like the more eloquent word for it, but like yes, he says he attunes to the resonance of trepidation and he advises caution because he senses there is a shadow cast by the great fire.
Ooh, okay. I would like to reach out with the force and sense if there are any living beings nearby, like inside this building.
Okay, so you're looking for like inside the shack.
Yeah, just like not anything specific, just are there living beings close by? Is there balance in the force currently around us and in the shack?
Okay. Give me 1 second. Don't roll yet because I want to set your your DC. I just need to look up the roll me and get like a 1, and then if you get any higher, there's additional context that can be unlocked.
Sick.
For some reason I can't pull the for some reason I am not able to have the oh, there it goes. Okay. So what do you see? A 5 it is?
I got a 5.
Great. There's no one in that shack.
What?
There's nobody in there, but you can sense a little ways away, specifically if you look to the left of there, you see those rocks that are there?
To this?
No, your left.
Over this way?
Hang on, I'm doing it. Yeah, those. If you look right there, you can sense there are some life forms that are posted up near there.
Okay.
Like you can sense the presence of like anxiety and like nerves and like someone who's ready for some shit to go down.
Okay, so they're also doing what we're doing. Got it.
You can sense that there's basically another adventuring party that is going through the exact same motions as you, hidden behind those rocks over there. You can feel also, you asked specifically, you're looking for like an unbalance in the force.
Yeah.
Was that just flavorful language, or are you actually looking for like, I think there might be something wrong here?
Yeah, I mean, this planet does seem to have more of an in-tuneness with the Force than other places in the galaxy, so I would like to be
something wrong.
Oh, like something's
something's weird. You can't tell. It's like tasting a food from another country, and there's a flavor that is so close to something you've tasted before, but it's like I can't name it, and it's not quite like it's not quite what I'm familiar with, and I can't name even the thing that I think it may be. But it's on the tip of your tongue that like something is off in the Force.
Okay. I turn to the group and I say, I have a bad feeling about this.
Roll me stealth. Everyone here, actually, I'm gonna ask for a stealth roll. Just while you're there, let me just roll a passive let me roll a perception for some people that aren't there because you're alone. We talking about, guys.
Oh, it rolled it as
I knew you have to click at the top for it to roll as me.
Well, it's still rolled with your dice though, so it is you. So you got a 2. I got a -1.
Doesn't have that.
Everybody else got a 2.
All right, give me a sec.
I didn't roll.
Oh, you didn't roll. Whoop.
1 second.
Womp, womp, womp.
Me and Kanor did not succeed.
I got a 2. I guess I also didn't.
Let's see.
Great. So
I sneezed. That.
now, wait, Ben. So you re-rolled your stealth with what is it?
I did not re-roll. I rolled for Mira, and it
Okay.
was still clicked on me. But it
So
was using Mira's
who
stats.
rolled below a 1?
Me.
Kanor and Cole.
I stepped on my dick.
Ben.
Listen, Kanor, I don't care what they said in the brothel. Okay, it's not that long.
Damn.
Why are you asking about your friend's dick?
He said he stepped on it.
You wanna pause on that? Yeah, but you were asking. You want to pause on that for a sec? Got some things you want to work through?
No, I'm
Figure of
just
speech
saying.
and
I don't know. Listen, I don't know what they taught you in the Sith. I know that Dooku was already kind of old and conservative by the time he picked you up, but like this is a safe space, my dude.
I wasn't asking about it.
Listen,
This is
I know-
just what girls
I know at
say
least
at the
a-
brothel, okay?
I know at least a couple of the Jedi were zesty enough that you know what I mean? Okay.
Anyway.
So it's Cole and Kanor.
They get shot first.
Did you roll for Dorian?
You know what? Actually, that's a good point. Give me 1 second.
He probably has a decent stealth roll. He was snooping before.
He got caught snooping before.
Oh, that's a good point. Fuck.
I sneezed or stepped on a stick or something.
No, they actually do remain. He actually does remain hidden. But
Not
nothing
quite.
happens.
Next to me,
Nothing happens, but you can feel like it's that thing of like you can feel through like keeping that connection open. Like everyone here is waiting for someone to do something.
Okay.
Like you can hear the wait, let's test to see if I peak my mic this week. You can practically hear the
You definitely did because we didn't hear anything.
okay, the wow wow wow.
Ah, yes. Okay, excellent. Maybe I should start things off here and try to call out to them. I will
say I think you're close enough. You could whisper without like the sound carrying to whoever may be around.
Sure, but I can like yell out and they'll hear me.
Probably.
If you yell, if you want to speak deliberately, they will hear you. But if you want to commune with the rest of your party, I'm not going to go, oh, well, make me a whisper check. It's like, they'll hear you.
Yeah, we're far enough away that we could whisper.
Come in.
Yeah. Okay, I think I'm going to try to parlay over here. They know we're coming for them, so we might as well see if we can kind of get them to fuck off without having to fight them. Because he just said, like, shoo them off. He didn't say we had.
Well, he said try and get any information about what's coming to the town as you can, but if this ends with bodies dropping, I'm not gonna ask you too many questions when you get back.
Right. So I'm gonna call out to them. Hello there. Does anybody answer?
Great. You hear a voice just call back to you like, "Think you're a bit lost there, friend. Anyone tell you it's dangerous to be out this far? It's like this far from town."
Oh man.
Why don't you just go ahead and turn back around, or you get yourself hurt now?
Well, I'd prefer if nobody got hurt here.
Wouldn't we all?
That's not
Wouldn't we
entirely
all,
up to
friend?
me.
Oh, I don't know. I think you might have a bit more of a say in it than you think.
Well, not if y'all are planning on paying town a little visit.
You hear there's like a little chuckle, and I'll let you read into that however you want, but something about that they find kind of funny.
Right. May I ask who's in charge around here?
There's a moment where like they're kind of conversing with each other. Like you can hear like muttering that you can't make out. No, you don't see anyone yet. You just hear like shouting from behind the rocks. Great. You know, great. I'm gonna say after a second, someone does kind of walk out. You see he's got his hands up in like a mock sort of surrender, but like he doesn't look too stressed. You know what I mean? Like he's showing you his hands, but he's kind of got like the swagger of someone who still kind of likes the position they're in.
Okay. Should I go and should I do the same? Show goodwill? Or
so this guy steps out. I will note, I didn't find individual tokens for these guys. So you're gonna see a lot of like bandit number 6.
Yeah,
you're gonna see whatever was on the first page of the token page when I opened it.
Yeah. I think I am gonna do that too. I have my staff with me, my walking cane stick. But I'm not gonna come out like with my hands up or anything. I'm just gonna come out very like
at the moment he only knows that it's basically 2 old men.
Right, because me and Kanor,
yeah, like, and that's the thing of like he doesn't know that you can use the force. He doesn't know that Kanor can fight. Like he doesn't know you've got trained warriors with you. He just knows like I'm liking my odds on this one.
How many?
Do me a favor, real quick though, Pitter Patter.
We just see
you're not sure. You see one guy who's come out from behind cover. The rest were already stealth by the time. Like they had literally an infinite amount of time to find stealth.
Okay, are you coming out with me?
Well, I was asking. So Pitter Patter.
They already know I'm there.
Yeah,
Pitter, I'd like you, if you could, to roll me a notice.
Okay.
You may use the force if you would like, but I don't think it's totally necessary.
Two.
Fantastic. So on the outside of a lot of buildings here, there's like random tanks or like pods that are usually for like the liquid fuel that runs like the heaters or, you know, power systems, like just a sort of fuel for the building, right?
Mm-hmm.
You see there's like quite a few of them, and you actually recognize, like, most people wouldn't recognize them because they've had the labels stripped off. you spot in the back, like from your position, like hooked up to this building, there are several things that you recognize as essentially space propane.
Hmm.
Like a large tank filled that is, if it's being used for the thing that you know it to be, like you recognize the shape of a propane tank, basically. If it's being used for what it's supposed to be used for, it is filled with highly pressurized combustible fuel. And
Rhydonium.
also, they've had like a tarp thrown over them to make them look like they're kind of supposed to be there. They're pretty new looking.
I'm gonna go ahead and classify that as a shiny, and I'm gonna be distracted by that. So, whatever conversation's happening over here, I'm just gonna go in that direction.
Please,
Fair enough.
please, for the love of God, take a fate point, and if you intend to move, roll stealth.
Okay.
But take a fate point for doing my job for me and making your life harder.
I have put it there as an aspect, distracted by shiny. Gotta use it.
Also, are you in your robot?
No.
Okay.
We
did you
came in
bring
the speeder, so I didn't
but-
bring it with me.
Okay, interesting. Perfect. Okay, I need to know that at the start of combats is whether or not you have access to this thing.
Yeah. I left it
Cool.
behind.
Cool. So yeah, roll stealth if you intend to move and give your fate point.
Okay.
And I'd like you to do that now before. Yeah, that's yeah, that works. So you're able to move. Can you see the zones that I put out? I actually don't know.
I
I
don't
can't
Can't
see
see
any
shit.
zones, no.
Hang on, let me do this. Can I? Give me a sec.
You want to draw some boxes?
Draw some cheeky little. Can you see this?
No.
How about
I see
that?
that. Yes.
Now I can, yeah.
Okay. So that is going to be a zone. And then that's like up the side of a like what do you call it? Like, yeah. So that's going to be a zone. Then this, that's all going to be a zone as well because it's like the main field. And then I'm going to say this is a zone.
Okay.
So that's basically how the battlefield is divided here. And then I'll say if you want to get on top of either of these little like ridge things, we won't count that as a zone. Fuck it. So it's 3 zones basically.
Okay.
But yeah, so Pitter, you can move up to 1 zone.
Okay. And sorry, which direction are the propane tanks in?
They're like kind of around the back and sides of the house. Like
Okay.
picture on a trailer where propane tanks are hooked up.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. So move yourself where you want, but I am going to go back to Ben because he's about to initiate some shit. So unless you have like a specific action you want to do, but I'll say you can just move for now.
Okay. So I'm just gonna start I do a quick peek over the top, make sure those guys are like looking elsewhere, and like kind of scurry up and like up over the top of this and down the side, and like go around sneaky like.
Yeah, Kazron, you see your friend go, ooh, and then scurry up over the hill and vanish.
I don't know how far
Wow.
I'm allowed to move.
You can move it. So fate moves by movement zones. I'll say, you know what? Just to make this a little bit more interesting, I will say that this is also a split in the zones.
Okay.
You can move basically anywhere within the zone that you are in, relatively consequence free, but I'll say try to keep to areas that have some sort of cover for the sake of what you're doing.
Okay, so I climb over the back of that little bit and like then down and then over this little stone fence and through here and then over this one so I get back to the propane.
Sure. We'll get back to that in a sec.
Okay.
But yeah, so Ben, you are there. You kind of walked out, staff in hand. Kanor's next to you. Sky, I want to say he like heads out. He's got his hands up and just you two old timers. He goes, you old timers sure are a ways away. And he goes, out for a little midnight stroll. He goes,
Does the town that we come from have a name? Did we get it?
It does. Let me see. I don't have those notes in front of me right now, but for now, feel free to refer to it as the town, and I'll get that for you.
Yeah. Well, we come on behalf of the citizens of the town to what would he say? He says we come on behalf of the citizens of the town to try to broker some kind of agreement between us.
And he goes, just little old me out here. And I'm not harming anybody, am I?
What was that?
He goes, it's just little old me out here. Just enjoying the great outdoors a bit. And he kind of frowns and he goes, terrible shame. What happened to your sheriff? This would usually be his job, wouldn't it?
It would be.
Coming out in the middle of the night to talk to some folks what people think are dangerous.
Well, he's dead now, isn't he?
That's correct. As you've so astutely observed, he's not with us anymore.
My condolences, truly.
Mm-hmm. Well, we'd like to keep it.
Well,
we'd like to keep the casualties to a minimum, if that's possible.
Oh, it's certainly possible. Preferable, not say. Oh, what does anyone want? I ain't nothing but or me and my kind are, we ain't nothing but simple folk trying to make our way in this crazy galaxy. Yes, how's
really
about?
Most of the simple folk here in town making their way in the galaxy are scrappers, miners.
Never been much for manual labor myself. Bad back, you see.
Right. Your labor is more full auto.
He kind of smiles and he goes, see, I like that one. Straight to the point. I like a man that could, cut to the chase. And then he smiles like that makes him laugh for some reason.
So then let's cut. What's going to take for you guys to fuck off?
Do me a favor. Just roll me a quick force sense.
Okay.
Cool. So real quick, he goes, whoa. You came out here to me.
I did.
And he goes, last time I checked, that makes you the trespasser. But how about this? You can go on back to your town and you can go ahead and talk to your folk, and we start with I don't know. He goes 10% of whatever comes out of them mining operations and scrap farms or in the slag farms. Should get the ball rolling on these negotiations you're talking about.
I see. Well, for your first point, we're not trespassing unless you're asking us to leave. So
oh no. And he goes, "Oh, I don't want that." Oh, hello.
Hi, I'm finally available.
welcome to the event.
Hooray!
Great. Ben, so there's two things I'll tell you, right?
Okay.
With the 5.
Gotcha.
Number one, based on just his emotional demeanor and like the way he's talking to you, he doesn't give when he asks you for like I want 10%, he doesn't give a fuck about that. Like it doesn't even register through his mind as like a thing he wants, right?
He's just throwing it out there to see what he can get. Yeah.
He's throwing it out there to see what you do.
Right.
Second of all, that like deeply wrong taste in the back of your mouth feeling in the force I was describing,
Mm-hmm.
a little bit of it's coming from him.
Interesting. Does he seem like force sensitive? Like, do I sense any awareness of the force coming from this guy?
You try and like reach out and prod that thing that like I call it the vibe check, where it's like you can kind of poke out to like Kazron, for example, and you're able to detect like we're both connected to the force. It's like two guys on Grinder kind of lock eyes across a room, right? You don't get that. Like you try knocking on the door and you're knocking on a brick wall. There's no feedback.
Okay.
But
Gotcha.
But you can sense that the force is moving around this area in a very peculiar way. As he just goes, I think I might have been slightly disingenuous with you. Daniel, is it you back, by the way?
Yeah.
You're currently meeting with one of the members of the Outriders. He was hiding behind a rock, seemingly like aware that you were coming to find him.
All right.
And he's just kind of waffling around right now. You are currently hidden in this area, but Ben and your dad are seen.
So instead of trying to get the jump on these guys, since they already know we were coming, I'm trying to parlay with them.
Okay.
Just to the point.
Yeah, as he just goes, interesting choice of words. He says,
I don't want to just kill him.
I may have been a bit disingenuous with you, my friend. You got a name, by the way.
You can call me Cole.
Cole. And he looks at you and goes, how about you, big hoss? What can I call you?
You can call me Kanor.
Kanor.
What about you? You got a name?
Well, that I do. Oh, I did. Don't much use it nowadays. Got me a new one, you see. I like it a little bit better. He goes, long time ago, I suppose folks call me Harlow, but see now, he goes, now, he goes, folks call me, folks have started calling me, and I'm editing the combat tracker so you can see his name. Yes, they call me the Lurcher. And I've been waiting a very long time for you.
Have you?
I'm honored.
Oh yeah. I was almost afraid you'd miss the party. Or he says we were almost afraid you'd miss the party. I had a little bet going on with some of my friends back here. I lost about 20 credits since I figured you'd get eaten by the giant fuck off by that giant fuck off monster out there. But he shrugs and he goes, hey, that's the name of the game, right?
Sorry to disappoint you, partner.
Oh, don't worry about it. I was kind of hoping I was wrong anyway. It's going to be real fun to kill you folks.
Good luck with that.
I don't need luck.
I guess if we can't reach an agreement, then that's what it'll have to come down to, huh?
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Well, funny thing, remember that dishonesty between us that I mentioned, I don't actually give a shit about making a deal with you. Truth of the matter is, you ain't making it out of here, and we're just gonna do whatever we want anyway. And he goes, or he says, I don't really care about getting nothing from that little piddly town of yours. You, my friend, are the main event.
I believe
This is the point where we roll for initiative.
This is the point where he's gonna do this. Any of you that are force sensitive, okay?
Well, I'm glad we don't disappoint.
Any of you that are force sensitive.
I need to step away for 5 seconds. Give me a minute.
Oh, okay.
Well, he's gone. What I missed?
Oh, you didn't hear me describe to you what was going on?
No, was there anything in between us
No.
traveling this like waste and us meeting the Outriders?
You're talking with this guy, and he's basically revealed. Ben was trying to make a deal with him to like what needs to happen to get you to fuck off away from town, and he has said, I honestly don't really care about the town. I'm actually here for you. Like, you and your friends are the main event. And then he revealed that they knew not only that you were coming, but they knew that your speeder was going to break down, because he says that I lost 20 credits with one of the other guys back here because they thought you would get eaten by, and he says, the giant fuck off monster, meaning the scorpion.
Wait, so they knew our speeder was going to break down. That's interesting.
Well, he says I had 20, like, they didn't even think you were going to make it. I had $20. You're going to get eaten by that monster out there.
Fair
which
enough.
You wouldn't have encountered unless you had to stop.
Right. That makes sense. Yeah, so there's something fishy going on with these guys. Like
anyone who is force sensitive, I'm not even going to make you roll for it. Okay. You feel the equivalent of the best way to describe the feeling is when you're like half falling asleep and you suddenly get the feeling of falling into your own body and jerk awake immediately into a panic attack.
Okay.
By
the way, really
Yeah.
quick before you do it, since I succeeded with style on my sense force, on like to suss him out, do I get any kind of boost or anything from that?
You know what? I will give you a +2 to the reaction roll that you're about to make.
Sick.
He vanishes completely from your sight.
What?
Yeah, he vanishes completely from your sight as you know the scene in Naruto where Minato teleports behind Obito and hits him with a Rasengan?
No, but I know. Yeah, nothing personal, kid.
Yeah, he basically vanishes from sight, and you sense him reappear behind you in the process of drawing a knife and about to plunge it into your back. So go ahead and make whatever defensive roll you would like to make.
Okay, with a +2?
Yes, that is going to be with a +2. So he is going to get, let me look at his character sheet real quick. So he's going to be a...
Thank you. I was literally just about to look up that scene.
Oh, yeah. Pretty much. Oh, also, I guess I forgot to narrate this part of his appearance, but you'll understand why it's relevant now. He's not wearing shoes.
Okay.
But yeah, as you, like, I guess, how do you, like, just dodge the way of, like, deflect with your staff as a knife was, like, about to hit you squarely in the heart?
Right. So yeah, as he appears behind me, I kind of like drop low and then swivel behind me and then raise the staff up like horizontally and like parry his arm like up and out of the way as we stab the knife.
Great. Yeah, he moved faster than a normal person on foot is able to move. As you felt like that spearing, shattering feeling through the force.
Gotcha. Okay.
Actually, Daniel, you would know exactly what he did because you were trained how to do it. He used force speed.
Oh.
Okay.
More accurately, he basically Spider-Man himself, where he didn't so much augment his ability to run, he looked at the space immediately behind Ben and pulled himself towards it.
Okay.
And you recognize it instantly because you specifically know how to do that. Because that's a thing the Jedi were taught how to do. Great. As he puts his fingers up to his mouth and he lets out a loud, piercing whistle. As I invite you all to look at the chat real quick. Or to look at the map, Rodney.
Oh.
It's just like 3 or 4 guys. Not a big deal. Just like in and out. Quick little, you guys got this, right?
They're all blank on the names.
That's fine. We don't need names.
You're also brought to you by Dwarven Female number 1. And the one male dwarf there in gray, ignore him. I thought about giving them each unique character portraits and then couldn't be asked.
Nope.
Fair enough.
Fair.
They should be labeled like 1, 2, 3, etc.
Yeah, I see.
Yeah. They are Outrider Mook 1 through 10.
Okay.
Okay.
Whistles from every crack and crevice, and like they pop out. Guns completely drawn, trained on you.
Oh.
Okay.
Ben, who on your team would you like to go?
I would like. You know what? Let's have Kazron go. He's the murderer here. Let's let him do what he does best.
Oh, by the way, Kazron, you feel a feeling through the force of a big neon sign that appears in the sky. A new challenger approaches. Press X to murder.
Yeah.
So this one I can completely.
Everyone here labeled as mook or bad guy, like anyone with a red aura around them, murder away to your heart's content.
Lurch
Just
gets to live.
Rip out. No, he also has a red aura. Rip out their spine. Play jump rope with their small intestine.
Oh, don't even joke about that.
Twist off their skull like a grape
Done.
and fuck the stump it comes from.
Done. You don't even know.
Go listen. I have a hyperactive dog. I let you out of the cage, and I've got so many enrichment toys here. Go nuts, little buddy. You've been cooped up all day. Go run.
Love you, Luke. Love you. Okay.
I know what my boy's like.
All right. So so here's what I'm gonna do, and you tell me how you feel about this.
Okay.
All right. I'm gonna draw my lightsaber.
Yeah.
Oh, you're standing up and just popping the disco stick
right in front of them. So I move over here, and I just pop my lightsaber right into full view.
I will allow you to narrate, or I will narrate for you. That you do like the slow walk out from behind. There is a gentle enough breeze that while your hood does stay up, your cloak is billowing dramatically around you.
Yes.
As he looks over at you and just, got ourselves. And he's like, ooh, spooky. And you pop the red, and he just goes, oh,
that's
new.
new.
And he goes, oh, it is, oh, shiny. Yes, I'll be taking that. Yes, I'll be taking that off you when you're done with it. Hope you know.
Somewhere in the background, perks up at this weird noise, turns around, and also goes, "Ooh, shiny."
I forget that
I will
most of
tell
them
you.
haven't seen one of these.
Now, I will tell you, Pitter, there is something deep and primal within your soul that wants that lightsaber. Both on the level that you understand, which is that it's a cool piece of technology, and something that you don't fully understand that has never wanted to hold an object more.
There's eyes are like all pupil right now, just like they're trying to like shove a propane tank into their hammer space pocket so they can go get that thing next.
Nice. But yeah, so Kazaron, you step out. You're standing there. It's a full like old Western duel where like one guy's got a Bowie knife basically, and the other guy's got a katana.
Yeah.
And you're just squaring off. What do you want to do?
Oh no, that was just my opening.
Yes, I assume that wasn't your whole turn.
Okay.
Though. What do you want to do?
I want
swear
to.
God, if you wasted an entire action just to be edgy and cool looking, you're the most Sith motherfucker. This is why everyone hates the Sith. I hope you know that.
It would be why everybody hates the Sith.
This is why Maul died in
Force.
like 2 moves.
I am going to force crush his larynx, like choke, but like on another level.
You just want to break his neck, basically.
Basically, but in the most gruesome and painful way possible.
Nice. I'm letting you know, he has a character sheet. He has aspects, he has stunts, he has stress boxes.
That's fine.
I'm just letting you know you're not dealing with the average bear here.
If yes, I understand.
Great. So roll me a
dice be
yeah,
kind.
it's your force ability, I guess. He's gonna roll to defend it.
Ask him where the ambassador is.
Oh no.
I'm fucked.
Your force alter's only a 1?
Yeah, I may have to change that up a little bit. When I originally created said character, I was looking for more edgy jumping and things like that.
Listen, it's as your master taught you that a battle is not decided on by your mastery of the force, but by your skill with a lightsaber.
Yeah, pretty much. So how badly did he?
You know what? Let me roll. Let me roll his defense against this. And we'll see. He might fuck it up. He didn't.
No, he didn't. I'm going to
wait. Does that succeed with style?
Yep, he got a 4 above you.
I am going to want to reroll that using my rage in this matter.
Hell yeah.
Okay, and let's.
I will say, I think that. You know what? I'll also say this. You specifically can also detect the weird kind of force, kind of not energy that's coming off of this guy is dark side energy.
Oh, so he's really pissing me. Gotcha.
It's like when you put 2 dogs in the same room and they just immediately want to kill each other on sight. You know, it's actually more like beta fish. Like there's something deep and primal that compels you to just murder everyone who has the same hobbies as you.
All right.
Should I move over one so that he can be in the in my space where I'm at, so that would be in the same zone?
Yeah, that's probably fair for people who like give more of a fuck about the mechanics of the zones than me.
I don't think I have a map for this. What's the name of the map?
Shack.
Your fucking mom, dude.
All right, let me try and re-roll this.
Damn, we're fighting on Shaquille O'Neal?
Yeah.
Son of a bitch!
So he doesn't succeed with style.
He does not succeed with style, but he still, as you reach out with the force, he kind of like
to block it.
Yeah, he manages to. You see him like you get him for like a second, and then he kind of like moves in a way that you kind of feel it like brush it off of him.
He is now truly pissing me off.
We are gonna go to we're gonna go with Outrider Mook 1.
Okay.
In case you haven't put 2 and 2 together by now, this was an ambush.
Yeah, no, that's one of the reasons why I invoked Rage, was because it was like
Cool.
we were.
He's going to attempt to shoot you.
That's fine.
You have your lightsaber out.
Yeah, I know.
Give me above a 1 to whatever. I'm assuming fight is like how
No,
you would
hold
deflect
on.
the lightsaber.
No,
Well, I'm assuming fight is because you're hitting the No, I'm saying if you wanted to do the lightsaber block thing,
force control
fight is you're basically. Oh, you
is
want to
deflecting projectile, and a bolt of energy is deflecting of projectile.
But is that you're deflecting it with the force in like the Kylo Ren right? But I'm saying it's that, or are you doing the like you're hitting it with your lightsaber to deflect it way?
With my lightsaber.
I'm gonna say that's just fight because you're basically using it like you're using it like a baseball bat.
Okay.
That would be more for like if you wanted to stop a blaster bolt in midair, or if somebody was just throwing something at you.
Okay, fair enough. All right.
Damn, there you go.
You succeeded with style. I will let you do the like ricochet it back at the source.
Hell yeah.
And I don't know if you could tell based on the name, right?
He's a mook.
It hits him in the chest. It sparks for a second. With all the special effects that Industrial Light and Magic could afford for $5 and like a handshake. As he
looks down,
as he Wilhelm scream and falls over. Thank you, and falls over back.
That was perfect. All right. Well, one down.
These guys are effectively reskinned stormtroopers.
Right?
Yeah.
Using that character sheet.
That's fine.
All right.
So
fair enough.
Go back to you guys. Kazron, who do you want to go next?
Is there anybody who has something very specific they want to do, or is this just
I want to get my ass over that berm and take up a defensive position.
All right, Kanor, you go ahead and go next.
I will say Mira has stepped away for a little bit, so
okay.
Bye.
Covering fire.
I'm gonna pull back to right there, pull out my blaster, and start firing in the direction northwest. Oh, dang nabbit! How do you draw the line again?
For the direction, you can just say upper left and right like a normal person.
Yeah, upper left.
Or you can name the enemy you're shooting at. That's also fine.
I'm shooting at Outrider Mook 8.
Thank you. See that? See how easy that was? Because we're not fucking savages who have to navigate by the stars and the constellations and shit. You can just say a direction. Ben. It's northeast by 2 clicks. You should arrive at 1400.
Aim his blaster at 350. That's probably more like 340.
Traveling at 7 Zulus per parsec, or however the fuck it is you navigate.
Oh my god.
Taxi!
Everyone in the kick chat, roast his ass.
Get it right. It's Scoobies.
Scoobies?
Yes, it's 15 Scoobies per unit.
Great, you're shooting at number 8, correct?
I'm shooting at number 8. And I would like to
B to 3.
B to 3. Okay. Shoot. We tied.
Do you want to succeed at a minor cost?
No, because right now I'm just laying down cover fire.
Okay, so I will say there is another choice of action in Fate, which is the create an advantage. So if you wanted to, I will let you use the same roll for this, and I'll set a different difficulty. Is you can say like, all right, actually, I would ask you to re-roll because I can't be objective in picking a difficulty, but basically instead of trying to kill a bad guy, you're just saying I want to create the aspect on the field. I'm laying down cover fire.
BRB.
Yeah.
So like if Ben is in a fight with that guy or like someone shoots him, you could say, no, that guy actually misses and Ben got a +2 to his defense because I laid down cover fire.
Bingo. Now you're talking. I didn't know that was a thing. Thank you.
Yes,
Yes,
there are
you can
four
do that.
different kinds of actions in Fate. There is
Mhm.
attacking, creating an advantage, overcoming difficulty, and I forget the third one.
Defend.
And defend. Yeah, attack, defend, create advantage, and overcome obstacle.
So yeah,
Well, then
you
I'm
can
certainly
create
creating an
advantage, yeah.
advantage.
Covering
Sorry,
fire.
Ben?
Yeah,
Yes.
you're creating an advantage, covering fire.
I will
Yep.
say it's a battlefield. It's not that hard, but there's many more of them. I'm gonna ask you to get a 3.
Okay. Okay.
Fucking beautiful. You have that aspect is out there. You, as the person who created it, get a free invoke. Anybody else who wants to invoke it has to spend a fate point.
Say that again?
So you, as the person who created that aspect, get a free invoke of cover fire. Anybody else who wishes to invoke it in this combat needs to spend a fate point. But you get one free time where you can just declare X happens because I laid down covering fire, and there's dick all I can do about it.
Ah, okay.
Anybody else, they have to spend their fate points, but you put the action in place, so you can take advantage of it.
Got it.
Yeah, awesome play. This is where we're starting to get into like what makes Fate special. Also, Kazron, you're normally at the end of this session you will be reworking your skills. So I prefer you to wait until the end of this session.
I think he
Kazron?
stepped away for a second.
Okay. But yeah. So everyone in chat, bully him. But yeah, Kanor, who do you want to go next?
Well, it's the bad guy's turn, isn't it?
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, of course it is silly me.
Well, teacher, you forgot to grade the homework. You son of a bitch.
Teacher forgot to assign the homework.
Well, how else am I supposed to get shot at?
I know.
True.
Fun.
I'm gonna say Mook number 2. You know what? I'm gonna say he's gonna try and shoot at Kanor. Actually, I think he's gonna let the boss have his fun playing with the food. Roll me to Kanor, please roll me to defend against a 3.
Defend against a 3. What do I roll?
Whatever you want. Do you want to roll? You know what? It's athletics if you want to dodge out of the way, physique if you want to tank the hit. And I'll say stealth if you want to try and like jump down behind cover.
Yeah, I'll do a stealth roll to try to jump down behind the berm.
That's a cool idea. Stealth roll, yeah.
Yeah, it's like your ability to tuck your body behind things. Unfortunately, didn't really do much for you.
Got my ass off, didn't it?
Unless you would like to succeed at a is that succeed at a major cost? I think you you just fail. Isn't it?
I don't know how to succeed at a major cost. Like
I'm gonna say you just fail. So, Kanor, here's how. This is a thing. I'm gonna walk you through this on your character sheet.
Yes.
Where is your thing? Your stress track. So you failed by 2 shifts, meaning the difference between what he tried to do and what happened to you. So you. Oh wait. Do you remember when you took damage and spent fate points? Was that last session or was that before then?
Session before last.
Okay, so you're actually fine, but
yeah, we would have refreshed at that point.
yes. So you are fine, but it is actually the same. So basically, I'm going to delete the aspect Pitter Patter's field medicine because that no longer applies. But you took 2 shifts of damage, so the number 2 stress box on your physical track gets checked. So basically, this is right before you jump down before it. You didn't get like shot directly in the head, but it grazed the side of your arm, and it kind of like a son of a bitch. And then after the combat, you'll just kind of shake your arm off a little bit and pour some water on it. You'll be fine.
Okay.
It is the
where's
damage that is so superficial, it's not worth talking about.
where is my stress bar?
I already checked it off for you.
Where is it?
On your.
You will see on your sheet. Yeah.
The left side of your sheet at the bottom says physical and mental.
Ah, I see. Okay.
The little box is there.
Copy that. Okay.
So you check off the second one.
Which has been done for me. Perfection. All right. Well, not perfection per se. Yes. I'd figured I'd have got shot in the ass. That'd have been funnier.
Great. Then it's as you like dive below, it's in slow motion. You see the blaster bolt and ping you in the ass. You just fall to the ground like, ah! Oh, they got me! Oh, they roasted my hams!
Yeah, I love the running gag so far. That is the only non-force sensitive character.
Yeah.
Kano gets fucked up in every fight.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Man's just taking L after L.
The dice are not with me, son. What can I say?
Yeah.
Well, neither is the Force. And that's your problem. Have I ever told you about our Lord and Savior, the midichlorians, which are the microorganisms in your blood?
Actually, Daniel, your Lord, your deity would be the Wills, I think.
Yeah. I don't know if they teach the Jedi Knights the Wills, but
you do know that you have magic blood.
We do have magic blood. Anyway, who's next?
Well, that was a bad guy. What just went?
Yeah, that's a bad guy. Yeah, it's you guys. Kanor, who do you want to go next?
I would love to see what Pitter Patter does with those propane tanks.
Oh yeah.
So Pitter Patter, now that you're up close and personal with these things, there is an additional piece of information I want to mention to you.
Okay.
Every single one of them is rigged to blow. You see a tiny radio transmitter on them. They are synced together. It takes you negative effort to notice. This house was a kill box that the intent was for all of you to walk inside of it and then blow up.
Interesting. Great. I'm just gonna disarm that and take that too.
There we go.
I'm back.
For this, hi, real quick. I was saying that at the end of this session, you are gonna get to reroll, or not reroll. You're gonna get to change around your skills and stuff. So I would prefer you wait until the end of the session to do that.
Yeah, no, for sure.
Because if you couldn't tell, this is gonna count as a major story beat.
No, that's.
Kind of wanted to make you guys go real 0 to 100 on this one. But yeah, Peter, just roll me a craft check 1 to just avoid triggering something.
Okay.
Oh,
there's your 1.
Would you like to succeed at a minor cost? Or use a fate point, which you did get an extra 1, ironically, for putting yourself in this position in the first place.
Sure, I'll use it. I'll use it to just add a +2.
Great. So, great. You have a 3. I will say you disarm the radio transmitter. Like, you're able to tuck that away nice and easy. You are now toting around a giant fuck-off space propane tank.
Cool. Yep. Shove that into the hammer space for later. You never know when that'll come in handy. You know, someone needed a high power, and I had a buzzsaw.
I will say
Maybe
based on the size of it and like the cumbersome nature of it, you can carry it around like just, whatever, like that's fine, but it is going to be a thing that like, you know what? We're going to put an aspect on Pitter Patter, which is carrying explosive tank.
Okay.
And I'm going to say that's going to be a fun thing, that it's a special mouse tool that might help us later.
Okay.
Because you are being shot at, and I think there's potential there for a fun story beat.
Okay. Honestly, I also kind of like the idea of like rolling a tank out and like Pitter like basically running on top of it to keep it moving.
Oh, like
Very
log
cartoon
rolling
style.
it?
Yeah.
If you want to, I won't even make you roll for that, if that's how you wish to locomote yourself for the remainder of this combat.
At least for part of it. I think like since there's multiple tanks, like I keep one for me and then I want to roll one of these as I described towards this group of people if possible.
So I will tell you, the ones that are over in the left-hand corner, only mooks number 8, 7, and 10 are actually on the ground. Mooks number 6 and 2 are basically on the ones who are like kind of more on the rock than on the ground. They're up high, and there's not a good way for me to gesture that on the map.
Okay. Are all the ones on the right side up high as well?
If you see them more on I'll say that 9 is on the ground, but 4, 3, and 5 are up high.
Okay.
That being said, if you want to like ram the tank into the wall and try and like detonate and cause a rock slide, you can do that.
Okay. So I think what my current idea is to roll up a tank towards the guys on the left because there's so many of them.
Yeah.
At some point, cause an explosion.
Okay.
Hopefully, I won't be in the way of it. Yeah.
Gonna be an utterly this is in real time what's happening in the Discord. Never has a more perfect GIF existed.
What the fuck?
Okay. So yeah. I'm gonna just roll this. Try to. Can I fit it behind the little house thingy?
Yeah, easy enough. Like
Cool.
there's room behind there. So you're rolling it over. Roll towards them. Do you want this to be a group fight roll? Or I think this is
I don't expect
I
this to
think
work.
this is
I almost want to stop it.
I think what you're actually doing is you're essentially forcing all of them to roll for overcome adversity.
Okay.
That makes sense.
Like, I don't really think this is so much you fighting them. I think I'm gonna find a DC, and then I think you and all of them are gonna be really just, we're all in this together on this one. Like, maybe no one makes it out alive, you know?
And what a way to go.
As you're rolling towards them, how are you this is important. Are you gonna like jump off and let it roll for a few feet and shoot it? Are you gonna trigger it? Like, how do you detonate this thing?
So I mean, basically the first one. I want to roll it to them, jump off, and shoot it.
Okay. Roll me first. Roll me first an athletics roll at a 3. And I would like a 3 just to like you. Great. So this is you jump off at a distance away from it where you're gonna be like relatively out of the blast radius.
Cool.
Like you're not gonna be immediately in danger. Would you like to succeed at a minor cost though?
I just want to show you.
It's just gonna be you like mildly tweak your ankle.
So you see how I
Sure.
Like,
I mean, I've got
using
like
this bar?
multiple limbs.
Yeah,
I can
it
try
just
to
Most
wasn't.
of the time,
It just wasn't. It just
5 here.
How
Yeah.
about
But it
for the
seems to
minor
be
cost,
stabilizing
if you're
itself.
jumping out of the way of a
but we'll see.
blast? How about
I may need to move
the
the one
minor
from
cost
up
being
front
you've jumped
to, like,
out into the open?
up over
No,
here.
we
or,
can do
like,
that too.
into
It's
the
not she's
kitchen
jumping away from the
area.
blast.
I
This
don't
is
know
she's
yet. We'll
log
figure it
rolling
out.
towards it
Maybe we
and
can
wants
look at
to
another
jump off
Yeah, but I don't
to
want to
let
buy
the
another
thing roll
$100
into
thing.
them. So she's gonna be out of like
So
this is you're
we'll
gonna be
see-
out of the
we'll see
blast
what goes
radius
on.
because you're not
I'm gonna
putting
look,
yourself
research it
in
a little
it.
bit more.
But I'm saying as you landed
I'm gonna research a
like
little bit more.
landed wrong and
because
you're
if I
in
can
you're in the open,
buy one, set it
like
up
in the
here,
firing
and then
range
plug
of
it into a
whoever's left
physical
from this,
cable, that
and
may wind
also
up working better.
you're
So,
not going to be able to dodge as well because you fucked up your
Really?
ability to run.
Why are you ignoring your chat?
Usually, physical
It
injuries like
just
that
dropped.
are left to like your
For a second.
what's
Not
it called?
dropping,
Your
but like it's
consequences.
dropping some frames, which is not a huge deal. But
I mean,
If it's something that
we could keep
if it's something that's like
Wi-Fi's, right? Or
you
not?
know
Yeah,
you're
I don't see the
running
point
and,
in it,
oh
though.
I only just
I want to disable
hit
the
this
one once I
one
get the
pebble
printer
wrong that
over.
flared up this injury. Like it's not a thing that's.
So see, it popped up.
I mean, we can
5
say
now.
she's just out in the open with no cover. It's
So
gonna be.
I'm gonna play
effectively
with
the
some
same
things. I'll let
consequence.
you know.
Like you are going to
See,
be
it's full
putting
strength,
yourself
and
in a
this is still down
vulnerable
one,
position for the
but-
next little bit.
I'm not too worried about it. Things were just
Okay.
What is it, glitch?
But yeah, so I'll say that's fair though. That like you're out in the open with no cover is a better consequence. As you leap out of the way, they all see it rolling towards them and kind of have like a whoa, 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 and try and like scramble up the wall and like diving behind rock. It's a real just like like scrambling out of it as you pop the blaster, shoot from the hip, it hits the tank. It's rolling directly towards them. I'm gonna make them try and get up. Exactly. I'm gonna make them. I'm gonna say they need a 4. They're gonna need a 4 on this one. Because I think that's about as good as like, yeah, no, we're really gonna need to fucking scramble on this one, guys. So
You're like
let's
going
see.
mook bowling.
Yeah,
Yeah, kind of. This is going to be for 1, 2, and or for more specifically 10, 7, and 8 are gonna roll, and they're gonna have. Let's see, so they get.
are they all rolling as one?
No, I'm gonna roll 3 times.
Okay.
This is 10. Gets out of the way. No, he doesn't. I'm sorry.
They need a 4 or better,
Oh,
right?
that's it right there.
That is correct.
Exactly. You tell them. You don't have to have.
We have
some of these,
7.
I thought I did. I found fucking bag.
Immediate dead.
Yeah.
Mhm.
The deadest human being that's ever existed. So let's say we have 7 and 8.
Well, you ain't getting any deader.
7 and 8, and then
6 and
About
2.
that.
I actually found that on my stormtrooper, what do you call it? On my stormtrooper sheet that I made for them, I actually did give them, wait for it, a single physical stress box. And wouldn't you know it, it's just enough for him to, bleeding and half on fire, limp away from this encounter.
Which one?
Number 10.
Oh, okay, because you only took 1 stress, yeah.
Because he took it is listen, 1 stress is normally not enough to fully hold back the tidal wave to push you beyond the veil of life and death. In this instance, though, it was exactly enough.
He probably dived behind a rock and mostly made it, but got winged by some shrapnel.
No, it's you see like a burnt hand come up with a thumbs up and just.
sitting in the sink.
I know, I gotta put it in a bowl and put it in the fridge.
Your shit's gonna be in the drawer.
Thank you.
Hey guys, I made it!
Get up
And
in
looks
the
over at
morning,
his friends.
swap,
Guys,
do my shit.
They did.
What about the other two there?
instantly turned to vapor.
Well, number 6 and number 2.
Oh no, they're. I told Kayla they're up like anyone who's more on the rock than the ground.
Oh,
That's meant to represent they're like up on a ledge.
gotcha. Okay.
And the map just kind of wasn't conducive to that, but they're up high enough it didn't really affect them. But yeah, the other two are turned into lumps of carbon.
So like 3-dimensionally, yeah.
Yes, the map is 3-dimensional. Correct. That's why it's a separate. That's why I made it a separate zone than the rest of the map.
You can actually, if you hold down Alt and then scroll on them like this, you can put them higher up.
All right, hang on. I'll try and use the alt. All the small things you can.
Wow.
Anyway,
Wow.
I don't know why I went for Blink
Yeah.
182's attempt at a corporately produced summer pop album as my attempt at alt music, but shows you
Yeah, I
how
don't
cool
know.
I was. Shows you how cool I was in high school.
Yeah.
I wasn't. So yeah,
I know.
it's gonna. Listen, you wore cargo shorts, hiking boots, and an Akatsuki robe to school. Get off my balls.
What if you like some there? Anyway.
We established that neither of us like it.
Right.
Oh.
So anyway, I think they're gonna pass it back to the lurcher. He looks at you and he goes, "Hey, 1 second there. I got a little something I gotta take care of real quick." And suddenly, Pitter Patter feels a whoosh in the air as Ben, you get a clear look at what's happening. It literally, how do I picture it? Picture someone who they basically take like a 2-step running start and leap into the air, and you get what he's called the lurch. It looks like, imagine an invisible steel cable tied around his chest that is yanked as his entire body, basically, his arms and legs fly back as he is just pulled through space by an invisible force.
What the fuck?
Like, it literally looks like a harness around his chest yanks him forward, being pulled by a semi-truck.
Right.
As he goes flying towards Pitter Patter, and is going to attempt to slash at you. So let's see. He's going to go. All right, you ready?
Mm-hmm.
God damn.
Please roll me your defense.
Okay. See. Is it just fight or?
It's
Well, what are you
whatever.
doing?
It's whatever you want to use to defend against this.
Okay. I think it would be funny if I did crafts and I just pulled out some.
So if you want to pull something out of your pack, if you want to pull something out of hammer space, that's actually resources.
Makes sense. Makes sense.
Yeah, I don't know if you could justify crafts as a defense.
Well, with you, right? I would allow you to use crafts to, like, you are testing the integrity of your craftsmanship.
Like
it's basically in place. it's basically in place of physique. Yeah, it's a retroactive craft roll. Like, how well did I really build this?
Right, to take the hit. Yeah, no, that makes sense.
Okay, cool.
But yeah, if you want to reach into your bag and like throw something out to like defend against this, it would be resources.
Yeah, I don't think that's gonna help me very much right now.
Mhm.
So I think I'm gonna use athletics to try to dodge.
Okay. Beat a 5.
+3.
I did not.
Oh no!
I want to use it. I want to use a fate point to reroll that.
That's a
Let's see
good
what can-
decision. That's a good decision.
Um, I don't know what aspect I can trigger for that though.
I will allow it on the basis that your alien's physiology makes you naturally more nimble.
Okay.
I will also remind you that you can spend a fate point to invoke cover fire from Kanor.
Yeah, I was thinking about doing that. Could I do that to reduce the other guy's roll?
No, I think in this instance, probably not.
Okay.
Mathematically, adding to your defense is the same
Yeah,
as
it's the same.
attack.
Basically, yeah. Also, I think if Kanor wants to, he can use his free invoke on you. Like, if you want to use your free invoke to save her the fate point.
Sure.
But remember, that's not a reroll. That is a +2. So you would still have to use a fate point to like maybe wait until after to decide that, because whatever your your reroll. So you're re-rolling based on your alien physiology, and then you may use another one to like invoke cover fire.
Okay. Sure. Let's do that.
Reroll first. Okay. Okay.
Oh.
So conveniently, yes, that would be, you would succeed at a minor cost if you use the free invoke. Then to get that +2, that exactly puts you at the level of like, nope, I just outright dodged him.
Well, normally with attacking, if you tie with the attacker, you don't take any shifts of damage. It's not really a succeed.
Oh no, you're right. No. I'm dumb. You're correct. Cool. Then yeah, you tie with. Then you don't need to invoke the free invoke.
Cool.
As yeah, you just. I'm imagining it's like a what animal is Ricky Tikki Tavi again? A badger, where in defiance of physics, Pitter just becomes 2-dimensional.
Ricky Tikki Tavi is, oh shoot, it's like on the tip of my tongue. Mongoose, I think.
A mongoose?
I think, because it fights the snakes, right?
Yeah.
Are mongoose not a kind of badger?
No, they're a kind of mongoose.
They're
mongoose. All right, well, fuck yeah.
Either
one of those slow-mo things where he stabs forward and you like kind of turn to the side and the blade like slow-mo passes by your face like an inch from you.
Basically, yes. Like, it's basically exactly that, of like, this man was moving faster than some vehicles that you've piloted.
It shaves a couple of Pitter's hairs off.
As he impacts with the wall behind you, like feet first, and then kind of hops off and goes, "Ooh, you are a quick one, ain't you?"
Peter pats the top of their head where the little tip of fur is gone, and it's like a flat cut right now. Like, oh.
It's a single point of the triangle got shaved off.
Just like an inch.
Oh my god. Actually, you know what?
What?
I'm gonna be a dick.
What?
Minus you get a -2 because I'm invoking you're out in the open with no cover.
Oh, from when you blew up the thing? Okay.
From your minor consequence, yeah.
Okay.
Well, he would be invoking it to get a +2 on his roll, basically.
Yeah, so he got a 7. Means that he got a 7, or either way, you failed. So he's gonna hit you for 2 shifts of damage unless you do something.
That's fine.
Great. Please take 2 shifts of damage as he just flying at you and just slashes you right across whatever part of your body was like nearest him. Like one of your arms is just gushing purple blood, or whatever weird ass sci-fi color your blood is.
I want to say blue.
What shade of blue? We're talking like a cobalt blue or like a royal blue?
I'm thinking royal blue, but cobalt does sound nice. Let's settle for lapis lazuli.
Excellent. This will be on the test, so make sure to pop it in the character notes. But yeah, he impacts the wall, blade dripping with your blood. Same thing. It was like, ooh, you almost got me on that one. You know, kudos. And it was, in fairness, if it makes you feel better, I was aiming for your head. So, points to you.
Peter just like pulls out roll of bandages, starts wrapping arm.
Oh God, what is this? What I just see? Oh, okay, it's more of a coral blue number. Great. Real quick, it is 10 o'clock. Kaz, remind you to be in bed. Excellent. Is everyone else?
There's a lot of stuff that's up in the air for me right now, so I am gonna call it for me here tonight.
Okay.
Okay.
Would you like to, real quick, would you just basically, I will exercise GM privilege here. Do you want to take a turn before you go? Like, we can just popcorn to you and be like, hey, you're leaving. Do you want to take your turn?
To be honest, I've kind of been out for the last like 20 minutes handling an emergency, so I don't even know kind of where we're at the moment.
Cool. Zero pressure. Hope everything works out.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
No problem.
Are we in the middle of fighting, or are we still trying to talk to them?
No, we're in the middle of fighting. We're killing these guys.
Oh, okay, so I want to shoot somebody then. I will totally take my turn real quick.
Okay.
Cool. Yeah, yeah, so just to catch you up.
But I also have blasters and I don't use my lightsaber. That's the whole point.
Okay.
So just to catch you up, you're surrounded by a bunch of dudes here. This was a complete ambush. They knew you were coming and were very prepared for you. That 2 or 3 guys that were mentioned turned out to be 10 armed men. And that dude who just attacked Pitter Patter has an ominous and completely unnatural connection to the Force that you can't really put your finger on. It's definitely reading as dark side, but he calls himself the Lurcher. And when he moves, it looks like a harness wrapped around his upper body, where he's insert the gif of SpongeBob doing the bring it around down.
That is funny. But if he fucked with Pitter, then like fuck him.
Pitter is now bleeding very severely because he got effectively a +7 to just try and cut her head off.
Okay, I wish to shoot the shit out of him.
Great. So roll me a shoot roll.
Oh my God.
Suck.
Yes.
Yow.
Let's find out how well he does.
Ooh, not good.
Ooh.
You beat him by 5.
Hang on, let me see.
Style.
You don't fuck with Pitter.
He's gonna pull out some shit. He's gonna spend some
fucking
fate
hate that
points.
shit.
He's gonna.
If I have to pull out shit, I'll pull out shit too. You don't fuck with Pitter.
Oh no, we're in a real fate point battle right now. He's gonna use a fate point. He's gonna invoke his aspect, blink and you'll miss me.
That's a good name.
Thank you. ChatGPT wrote it.
Oh.
Oh, fuck off! I'm making money off this bitch. I wrote all of it.
Think of the rainforest. Think of the energy ChatGPT sucks out of the world.
I'm an electrician. Think of my job security and all the server farms I'm gonna get to build in the next few years.
That's evil, and you're evil for using it.
I tricked it into accidentally making porn the other day. That was pretty punk rock.
That's funny.
You just type in without violating your terms of service, put this character in a bikini and it'll do it. It's literally just like, do this. I can't do that. Okay, but do it in a nice way. All right, here you go. Thanks.
What's this guy? What's the lurcher?
It's the medical marijuana card of internet porn.
Nice. What's the lurcher up to here? What's he gonna
He's
pull out?
gonna use Blink and You'll Miss Me for a reroll. Oh my god.
Fuck him.
Even better.
Get him.
She blinked. She did not miss.
God damn. It's still gonna be a. Let me see here. I'm gonna try and.
You should spend a fate point just to get more on him.
Hang on a sec.
Just to fucking overkill him.
Give me a second.
Does that actually have any advantage to me?
I mean, the
more damage.
The more damage it does, technically. Like, if he can go up to severe consequence, you could get it for that. Like, our rule we usually use is that if you roll lower, he still takes that. So you're beating him by 5, which means he could take whatever. Well,
so real quick,
no, they usually don't have consequences. They usually just have a number of.
He has everything.
Oh, so he does. Okay.
He is a named enemy. He has a full character sheet.
Okay, so we don't know how many stress boxes he could have. He could have more than the standard amount, but he would have to take whatever his highest stress box
real quick,
and then whatever's left over would go.
So real quick, he is going to spend another fate point to invoke a stunt.
All right.
Blurred motion. Basically, he just gets a +2, so he's only gonna take 3 instead of 5.
But if I do something, then it would be more?
Yeah.
If you can justify it with an aspect, yeah.
I want to justify my trouble aspect, bold between the light and dark, by saying that this is a completely emotional response, which is completely against the Jedi way.
And you're shooting to kill?
And I'm shooting to fucking murk.
So here's I'm a white guy and I'm ready to kill.
I am shooting with hate in my heart.
So here is what I will say. As you zero the blaster in on him, you see as you focus on this, there is a tiny little. Remember before when you shot the bridge out from under the guy, so you see like a tiny little spark in midair.
Mm-hmm.
You see that same little spark appear as it hovers over a point on his leg, and just kind of is hovering in a circle around it. He doesn't appear to notice.
Wait,
so I can shoot for the spark.
Imagine like a little sparkler glimmer of light, like light reflecting off of a mirror.
So you're saying I can choose to shoot for this spark currently?
To shoot for that, yes. It's basically just shoot for the spark. As you focus on the idea of I want to hunt, I want to hurt this person. This is not in defense. I have recognized and internalized. I have the option to hurt him, but not kill him. I am turning down that option.
Oh, no. Yeah, I am turning down that option. I am shooting to kill.
Great. Zeroes in. So it was going to be at a 3 shift. Do you want to add a +2 or re-roll?
+2.
You got you have a +4 already.
It's like you're at a 20 in blackjack. Do you want to hit or stay?
Yeah.
I'm adding the +2.
You want to try and get that 1 8. What's up?
So Mira's now at a 9, and he's at
You're
a
one of
4.
the two. You're one of the two, or sorry, you're one of the 3 good rolls this entire section.
Fuck
Yeah.
So you're at a 9 versus 4. That's 5 shifts of damage.
5
That's
shifts.
that is gonna go straight to because it bypasses his stress boxes. I think that goes
No,
to
it doesn't bypass your stress boxes. You would, if
Okay.
it's above your stress boxes, what you do is you fill up the highest stress box and then
Cool.
minus that from the
All
total.
right.
Whatever's left over, that's what consequence it goes to. So let's say he had 4 stress boxes, it would take up his 4 box, and then it would go to minor consequence. Like he'd
Okay.
fill a minor
So
consequence.
that's what happened because he has a 4.
Okay, he's got 4. So it takes up his 4
So this
box.
is you. This is you. Oh, you know what? I'm gonna say it's actually hovering on his arm, not his hand, but or his leg rather. But as you blast it, and it's as he's like reeling back the knife to go another stab at Pitter, it blasts him in the arm as he screams like bloody murder. As you see just the gaping, cauterized, so we can still sell this movie in the Chinese market on a PG rating wound in his bicep. As he now is suffering a blaster wound in his arm.
Nice.
Sick.
As he yells up the cliff, Pulsar, get the fuck out here!
We can invoke enemies' consequences. By the way, if you want to spend a fate point on, you spent a fate point, so let's go ahead and put yours down 1. If you would like, any of us would like to spend a fate point on this guy, him having a blaster wound is absolutely something you can invoke if it works.
In the exact same vein as how I invoked Pitter's consequence of like being in the open with no cover. The only difference is you can invoke it as many times as you want. That was a thing that like you get to invoke once basically. This is like if you have the fate points, spam that motherfucker. Like it's literally in a fight, if you see your enemy has a bad knee, you're gonna kick that fucking thing as many times as you can.
Yeah.
He's got that's what you're doing. But yeah, as he yells up the cliff, Pulsar, get your fucking ass out here!
Pulsar. That's what they called. That was somebody from the town fight. I remember this.
Well, you thought at the time that it was some sort of a machine.
Yeah.
He sounds like the guy that put a hole through the sheriff.
Right.
You see another guy walk out of a hiding place that he was at. And stands on the cliff. And I'm gonna need Kazron, Cole, Kanor, Mira, and Darian are all gonna roll. I'm gonna whatever you want to use to defend against this, but he is going to attempt to attack you. He's standing on the cliff looking down at you. Very much, he does have the pathetic trademark look of superiority.
Okay, what is this, like a ranged attack? What are we doing here?
He holds out his hands towards you as you feel a shaking under your feet.
Oh god.
And you actually see like the dirt and the pebbles start to lift off the ground a little bit. As he's just holding it, as you see a shockwave that visibly distorts the air emanate out from him and go just wall of force flying at all of you in a cone. Ears. A wall of pure kinetic force energy.
Can you use alter force power?
If you wanna Kamehameha beam clash with him, I will nut if you manage to succeed by doing that.
I wish to do that.
All right.
Fuck yes.
I'm rolling sense force to sense it before it happens and like tuck and roll out of the way.
Great.
enough time.
Let me roll for him real quick to set the DC for all of you.
All right. Well, I already rolled, so
Okay, so it's gonna be this is the guy, by the way. This is him. I remind you, the last time he showed up, he knocked over an Imperial Walker.
yes, he did.
So let's see.
Hey, Casey, thank you for the follow.
Okay.
Right off the bat, gonna be a 5. So you sense this. This is a. I mean, you recognize what it is. It like right away. It's a force push. As you dodge out of the way of like, just lurch to the side. Oh wait, hang on. So that's Mira's force alter, correct?
Yeah, that would be Mira's. Yeah.
Okay, so I'm trying to think. That's I'm trying to think real quick because and I'm because
Yeah, it's run
what do you
in
call it?
Fate, not D&D.
What do I think? Yeah, exactly. What do I think? Because normally you can't succeed
it's
at a major
very much
cost
Star
on a
Wars
defensive
themed
roll. But I feel this
Yeah,
is
so you
kind of
just take a press box.
But I feel this is kind of an extenuating circumstance because you're trying to like actively push against him, so you're treating this almost more as an overcome difficulty, right?
I guess so.
Yeah, it's very interesting. I play a
No,
Sith.
I'm gonna say
what you could do is
Lord
you
no.
could
I
Sith.
think
like,
yeah.
you could do if you either you
Every
take
Tuesday
one shift
alternates
of
between
damage,
Star Wars and
how it
Pirates.
normally would be, right? Because that's what we're doing if we fail this roll.
Yeah.
We're taking shifts of damage, or if you're succeeding at a cost, you don't take shifts of damage, but you take a situational aspect.
You know what? I like that as a choice for this. So what do you think? Mira, so do you want to just take a shift of damage from getting like slammed into a wall, or
Sith Lord running from the Empire because he's not really supposed to exist.
Fucking Mira.
He should be dead because there can only be 2 Sith.
I think Mira's gonna take like getting knocked over because I refuse to play other people's characters for them.
Well,
No, I'm sitting here right now.
Okay. Cool.
Okay.
Then yeah, what do you want to do?
So you failed by one.
I failed by one.
Just blasting with the Force.
There are 2 Jedis and 1 Force user.
So you could either
Space
take a
Cowboy
or
and a
get blasted back.
little
It's
purple
like a
alien
situational aspect
that
and take no damage.
tinkers with stuff.
So what does blasted back mean now?
Like
You would be knocked
like
prone.
the hitter was out in the open and could be like people could take advantage of that.
So Pitter is the purple alien.
You're blasted back.
Kanor is the Space Cowboy.
Well, you were blasted back, so like you're off your footing or something, you know.
Char,
but it's like a one and done.
And Mira are Jedi, and then Cole is a Force user.
I think I'll take the 1 damage. Like that's fine.
Yeah.
Okay, you only have 3 before you're.
Yeah.
I'm aware.
Pitter's kind of like an artificer.
Your friend Darian, is hit by this behind there. The debris catches him. He is fully lifted off his feet and flung like a rag doll.
Oh my god.
That's okay.
He doesn't have 4 points to spend on re-rolling that dog-ass roll?
You know what?
I'll fucking do it for him, I swear to God.
Let's try and re-roll on this. Yeah, that's a good point.
He is
okay, that's fine.
One with the sacred fire or whatever.
You're not
horribly attuned to the resonance of not fucking up.
Yeah.
I mean, he's listen, there's a lot going on with him right now. He's been through a bit.
Nah, he's fine. He's just sleeping.
But fully knocked out. He got a +2, so at the moment, this is going to be, he takes his 3 shifts, so he slams into the ground. You see one of the crystals that's growing out of his shoulder kind of crack as he gets like really bad, like grunts in pain from it, but is up.
Okay. He's also succeeded with style on him. So if he wanted to like take an additional thing, he could be blasted back.
You know what? Yeah, he's also been like knocked off his feet.
Dorian is blasted back.
Kazron and Kanor, what would you like
Yes.
to? What? Please roll me your defense of this. Get a 5.
Kanor, you go first.
I'm gonna use a stealth to get back behind the berm even further.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
To dig in.
I'll tell you what, that's pussy. I'm gonna use my physique and get out of the way.
Well, no, physique is your ability to just take it. Like, just take
right.
it like, man, like, hunker down, like, close your eyes and think of England. Athletics is to knock out of the way.
Oh, okay. Well, then I'll make an athletics roll if I have athletics, which I don't believe I do because I'm a pretty sedentary guy. So I'll use physique to soak it.
You just fucking dig your heels in.
Right. Like, fuck, can't really avoid this. I'm already behind the berm.
Just laughing of like, oh, you're talking to a man who once had to jump to hyperspace with no blast shields.
Oh my god.
So do I roll?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You gotta be a 5.
So that's gonna be take your 3 physical stress box.
Your physique was better than your athletic. Jesus.
So you're not looking great.
Some of us didn't build things a certain way. Okay. There were mistakes made. There were mistakes made.
How you want to do this, bud?
I'm working on it. I kind of feel like this is one of those moments that the Force is necessary.
Which one?
That is a very valid question. I'm trying to find a way to justify Force control.
I mean,
Force control is control over yourself?
Yes.
I'm gonna say, unfortunately, I think irrelevant.
Yeah. That's what I figured.
I mean, it's like physical control over yourself or emotional?
Yeah, like the force speed thing would be force control.
Then you could use it to just like, I'm going to, you know what? Also, you can use it as like a modified physique, basically, of like, I want to just try and use it to lock myself down and like push the debris away and like hunker down.
The force flows through me.
Quite literally, hopefully. All right.
Okay.
Let's go for that.
I'll say you can use that.
The dice will betray me, though, regardless.
Yes, they did.
Yep. So
you can fate point that.
You can fate point the fuck out of it.
5 shifts.
Oh no, 5 shifts I'm pretty sure knocks me unconscious.
No, it would take your 2 physical stress box and then
and then 2 mental.
It would probably just be a minor consequence.
Yeah, it'd be a minor. No, because it's a mild consequence. So you wouldn't be knocked unconscious, but it'll fucking hurt.
Let me try to re-roll that.
I recommend it. I recommend that.
Yeah. So let me spend the fate point and re-roll it. Okay.
That's
better, but not.
That's respectable. It's 1 physical stress box. That's like that's like you block the shockwave of, invisible kinetic magic, but like there's rocks and glass and debris that are kind of scraping your skin.
Yeah, this is just gonna piss me off more, by the way. Like full on Sith rage at this point.
I mean, that'll make 3 of you. Actually, that'll make 4 of you. Shout out to my girl Mira.
Right? Oh yeah, Mira and I are gonna have a talk about that.
But yeah, so Cool. As the literal dust settles, as you're, Ben, finally you're a mystery self here. You're looking at the Lurcher and the Pulsar.
Yeah, I've been looking for these guys.
Well, the Pulsar is a piece of shit, and the Lurcher needs to get choke slammed.
You can feel, like I said, now that you're fully looking at them, the waves of what I'm going to call corrupted force energy pouring off of them.
Yeah,
even more corrupt than dark side.
For a dark side user, this is not a normal.
This is not
right. Even for like a dark side user, like this is not the same kind of force energy. That's coming off a Kazron.
Correct. It feels completely different. They're using the dark side of the force, but it feels wrong and different, and like this is not what a Sith is. Like, this is something new. They also appear to only be like, if the Lurcher could have just sent a shockwave at you, he would have. But he had to call his friend to do it.
So they obviously can't tap into each thing. Each has their unique. Say,
like, sensing it, you're sort of getting the feeling. Or, you know what? I'll actually say, who can make a good roll for this? Give me a sec. Yeah, literally, you have a boy you brought with you for this exact narrative purpose.
Yeah.
Is he getting a bad feeling about this?
I already said that.
Well, I didn't hear it.
I said that before we engaged them.
He calls out to all of you, and he tells you, like, you know what? It's still monotone.
Yeah.
His body language. His body language projects fear, but it is just loud monotone. That if it would please the will of the Great Fire, and it's also like fast. Like, if it please the will of the Great Fire, this one will attune to, and like that, right? And he says, "We'll attune to the resonance of disgust." As he yells out to you that it is them that he spoke of before, the ones who do not walk within the Great Fire or even in its shadow. They walk astride it.
Do they bear the false spark?
He goes, they do not. He yells out that they do not, or that these ones, or he says that these ones do not bear a false spark. But he does tell you that they are the ones who walk astride in the shadow of the Great Fire. But he does say that your friend is the one who bears a false spark.
Oh, does he point to Kazron?
Yeah, he tells you that he is the false spark bearer. Those two are the ones who walk in the shadow of the Great Fire.
Gotcha. Okay, now I'm getting a more vivid picture of what you're talking about.
The language.
We gotta download Duolingo when we get back, man.
It's all coming together.
Listen, and I'm not just fucking around. Like, you're not like, I'm not just gonna use the 7-day free trial and then forget about it. You're talking to a guy who's got a 40-day streak on his hoodies. I take a lot of really long hyperspace trips for work.
That's not
my
funny.
work, of course, being a homeless. You said it's not funny? Fuck you.
No, I'm sorry. It was. Never mind. I'll explain later.
Okay, I was an A+ Duolingo.
No, that was it was hilarious, but.
Nah, I don't need your pity.
Their logo is a Loth owl.
Oh my
God. I'll explain it later.
Okay. No, anyway. No, I know I'm not funny. Come on. So anyway, but yeah, that was all his turn, I believe. So, who do you guys want to go next?
It's just me and Shar at this point.
I will say I'll let Pitter Patter decide, because I did step over them to insert Mira just so they could get their last turn. So Pitter, decide.
Shar can go. He's been way far over there, just chilling for a while.
Very importantly, These are now enemy force users
Yes,
who are trying to kill my companions.
that is correct.
This is the only time that Shar takes out his lightsaber for combat is against enemy force users.
Would you say that killing Sith Lords is something of your speciality?
He wasn't. Were you?
In that giant cloud of dust, a green beam appears, illuminating where Shar is.
Yes, it does.
Yeah.
Like a sick anime this is all gonna lead up to me rolling like shit, but we're gonna.
Oh, that's exactly what happened with me when I popped my lightsaber. Okay.
Jacket flowing in the wind.
Can I say I want to figure out the mechanics of this, but just because I feel like I want to add a system for like getting aura points.
Oh, the way you describe stuff. You can give a boost for cool descriptions. It's your
You know what? I'll say it's not a full +2. It's a +1, like half boost for just like you could just like if you could project aura. Like it's not just a cool description of what you do. It's aura and the giant cloud of like everyone like the panting like what the fuck was that? Like Ben is shell shocked. Like I do not even know what I'm looking at right now. Dorian is like actively like not like oh my god what am I gonna do? And then the camera pans over Kazron like holding the green thing. It pans over just the
heavy metal music starts playing.
It's just the heavy metal version of the fucking Obi-Wan Force theme.
Heavy metal bass specifically.
But yeah, as it just I was picturing the Kendrick.
Music.
I was picturing the for those of you in the chat, the instrumental that plays right before Kendrick's verse on Like That. It's like a as just you just I'll say also all the dust just is pushed away from you as you're just stood there holding this.
You know that force speed technique that this guy was using, like, you know, to the best of his ability?
Yeah.
I'm gonna show him what it's for.
Hell the fuck yeah, you will.
I would like to kind of force speed my way over here and, like in a samurai movie, appear with my lightsaber just in attack stance on the other side of him, hoping that he will fall in half as I, like, retract the blade.
So you're trying to go through, like, I'm not going to hit you. I'm going to hit the rock behind you.
Yeah.
Excellent. Would you like me to tell you so you can move 2 zones away? Yeah. So fuck yeah, you're exactly in line with what he can do. So this is kept fair. So go ahead and roll your fight against him. He's going to roll to defend.
Please roll well.
Oh my fucking god.
Oh.
You want to use some fate points there, bud?
You can invoke the fate point that he's injured.
You can invoke a fate point that he's injured. And you can
I used my fate point last session on the Scorpion.
All of them?
It says that I don't have any current fate points.
We had reset.
I will, I think it's been. I think there was like a few hours in between, and also this is a new scenario. I'll allow you to reset.
All right.
So
I'm not gonna
from the Scorpion.
You reset from the Scorpion.
Oh, okay. So I would still have 3 then.
Yeah,
so I will use a fate point to roll that.
I think if there's ever a time that I want to see y'all pull out some crazy shit, it's here.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense.
All right, let's re-roll that with a fate point. Still not enough.
Okay,
not
so
terrible.
You say fate point. I'm assuming for like exiled Jedi Knight.
Yeah, this is Soldier Shar coming out. This is the knight that fought in the Clone Wars.
This is you might think you're big and you might think you're Billy Badass, but you're not. This feared, mysterious Force user. You're not even like a powerful gangster or a good fighter. What you are is an M1 battle droid that's about to become scrap metal.
If only you could have rolled better.
But you see, I
I
was doing all the aura.
More fate points. More.
No. Well, let's point out here. I'm helping you out here. That was your aspect for Soldier Shar. You can invoke another aspect to bring up his injury, which brings you to a +6. And I did give you a +1 for aura.
That's true, but that only ties.
You don't get any like he's attacking.
No, that's true. No, you're right. God damn it. Great. I'll say though, here's what I will say. You do this, he uses the force something that pulls himself out of the way. As you hit the rock, two things are apparent to him. Number one, you moved so much faster than him. Like, if he moves in a blur, you moved in a blink. He looks like when he moves, looks like he's being pulled through the air by a chain. This is you in a perfect running stance. It's like you're wearing a jetpack, where you're just effortlessly almost flying. Or like ice skating on solid ground. And all that becomes like very apparent, along with him looking at the section of rock that is dripping molten magma onto the ground as your lightsaber is sheathed in it, and the knowledge that he has a regular Durasteel Bowie knife. That
I thought
rock
it was
No, this is just a regular knife.
Oh shit.
He has a metal knife and super speed.
He's so outclassed.
He wasn't until he didn't think he was. But it's the thing of like, oh, it's a glowing stick. Maybe he's gonna hit you. That like he doesn't really know what a lightsaber is. He knows what solid rock is, and he knows that was melting into slag as he looks at you with he fully has like a what the fuck look. I'm actually gonna say on his turn, he is fully going to leave rather than try and fight you.
I'm gonna, as I kind of stand between him and Pitter, though, I would like to look at him and say, the Jedi Order taught us peace and pacifism. The Jedi Order has fallen.
Great. He doesn't have a response for that metal ass shit. Take another aura point. I'm gonna figure out a different mechanic for this next time, but for now, that was a raw ass line.
Yeah, Shar takes having to fight people very seriously. He's good at it, but it's not fun for him.
It's one of those where, like, I think, what was your master's name again? It was
Kiadi-Mundi.
I think Kiadi-Mundi, basically, I think you got very used to on Starship trips with him just kvetching and moaning and bitching about Obi-Wan and about Master Kenobi and Jedi Knight Skywalker. And about how, like, you should take notes that it is frowned upon within the ethics of the Force to, basically to play with one's food before fighting them like this. And it's the one lesson you manage to actually internalize from him is if you're gonna fight someone, and it don't start a fight, damn sure end one.
Yeah.
It's the one thing I think you two ever agreed on. But yeah, he is going to fully just go away from you, and he's gonna actually move in towards. Where'd I put him?
I don't know.
Where'd I put it? Where'd I put?
He's right.
Guy?
He's right below Shar.
There we go. He's gonna move in and try and attack you.
Oh, me?
Oh, Catherine?
Yeah.
Okay.
The other guy with the lightsaber?
Right. Like,
yeah, I don't know what's going on with El Verde Muerto over there. But I kind of like my chances with you.
I mean, okay. I'm here with just a stick, and I'm old.
Yeah, but I killed some of his men.
No, he already stabbed you, so he'll go for that.
Okay.
He'll try and finish you off. I was gonna say,
motherfucker. He didn't stab me. He tried to stab me.
He almost. Well, okay, man, like he almost stabbed you.
Technicalities.
He's gonna go in. He's gonna go in.
Yeah.
What do you want to do here, man?
I am going to invoke his wounds because I feel like that's the thing that's going to get through to him that he's not winning this. As he lunges at me to stab, I'm going to boost myself to a 6 by spending a fate point to invoke his wounds. As he lunges at me with his arm outstretched, I sidestep and not able to cause any real damage because I'm mostly expending energy to dodge, but I wrap my staff on his wound and like send a jolt of pain up of him.
Perfect. So you're invoking that to get a +2.
Yeah.
Yeah. Great. I'm gonna say it does that as he hits the ground and like has to like combat roll for a sec rather than his graceful like dismount that he normally does. As he spits into some bitches, mother. As he yells up at his men, he goes, "What the hell are you waiting for? Kill these motherfuckers!" And then he yells back as you hear the pulsar yell down to him of just keep calm, Lurch. We got a job to do. Don't get in your head. He said, "Don't get in your head about this." He goes, "Fuck that." And he goes, "Did you hear him? I went over there and said he's a Jedi. Bright Eyes didn't say nothing about no damn Jedi."
Bright Eyes.
Okay. Whose turn is it?
Cole, whose turn is it? Yeah,
well, I'm
he
the
says
only one who hasn't acted yet, so
that's true. Yeah, he says that Bright Eyes didn't say nothing about having to deal with no damn Jedi.
I am going to. You know what? I'm going to look at him, put my hand out to him in reaching out with the Force, and in like a fucking Benny Gesserit command, who is Bright Eyes? And I'm rolling alter.
Hell yes.
I'm rolling too curious for my own good. I'm spending a fate point to reroll that.
Well, you don't even know what he's gonna roll yet. Let him roll first.
You know what? That's fine. Go ahead.
He might beef it. He doesn't have a high will.
Okay.
High will.
Oh, wow. Okay. Fuck it. You know what? There you go.
Great. He starts panting, and like clearly like sweat pouring down his face. He is gonna actually invoke an aspect here to get a +2. He's gonna invoke.
Okay, I'll do that too.
He's gonna invoke utterly loyal to Bright Eyes.
Ooh, okay. So he's at a 2. Do I spend a fate point to? Well, I'm gonna spend a fate point.
Well, do you want
too
to
curious for my own?
Or you can also succeed at a minor cost.
No, I have fate points to burn.
Okay.
Do I re-roll or do I +2? Because +2 will let me beat him.
Yeah.
+1, or I could try to succeed with style.
That is completely, totally up to you, boss.
Oh man, because even if I roll a neutral, I succeed just base. But if I could roll any bonuses, like if I could roll higher than this, I could technically succeed with style.
I hear what you're saying.
Brother. But if I roll another -2, then I don't succeed.
What are the odds? What are the odds of you rolling another minus?
Don't.
Yeah, I'm gonna read.
Hang on. Wait. Okay. Hang on.
What? Are you looking up the odds?
Never tell me the odds.
Yeah, never tell me the odds. I'm doing it. Okay, there we go. I just beat him by 1.
Okay.
I could spend another fate point to to beat him by 3 and succeed with style.
Great. He tells you like it looks like his jaw is moving without his knowledge or consent.
Actually, now that I'm thinking about it, before you say anything, if I do succeed with style, could I get more information?
Yes. But it will depend on. I'm going to basically, regardless of what case, I'm going to ask you to tell me in one phrase or question, what is the information you are looking for. Like you have to ask him a question. Because I'm going to say that basically it's like these aren't the droids you're looking for, or you don't want to sell me death sticks. Like it is a single spike of command that you are putting into his mind.
Okay, I just want to know. So I want to know who they are, but obviously they're the leader of these Outriders. I want to know what power they have and what they want.
I'm assuming some type of forced premonition.
I don't think Bright Eyes is just in this for the money. That would be too simple.
If you succeed with style, I will let you ask. You know what? I'll phrase it as you can ask one question just for succeeding. You can ask two if you succeed with style. How's that sound?
Okay, I will spend my last fate point on the fact that I am a Force Acolyte and I can probe this motherfucker's mind. I want to know that I presume that Bright Eyes is their leader and the leader of the Outriders, or at least somebody near the top.
You can assume that if you want.
I want to know. Well, okay. My first question: who is Bright Eyes?
I'm trying to think how to answer that as he just goes. Great. I'm trying to think because I know how he would answer, but he would. I'm trying not to like make you feel robbed of giving you information you could work out for yourself.
Sure.
He tells you that he's the one who tipped us off about y'all. Told us to wait here, and when you went into that shack to blow it up or to kill you if you tried to leave. And he just says that he's.
Oh my god.
And he says he's the one. Or he says that came into the gang more recently, started making big moves for himself. He's the reason that me and the Pulsar got our powers.
Oh my god. Wait.
We have to kill him.
Are you thinking what I'm thinking?
No.
Of who Bright Eyes might be?
Deputy?
Deputy.
Yeah.
And do you want to recall the information that I
I'm
gave
looking
you?
for it. I'm looking for it. Wait. Where's the message?
Do you want me to? Do you want me to
Here it is. Found it. So, back in town, when we Jedi mind tricked the deputy, I noticed that his eyes did not dilate or glaze over when he was under the effect of the mind trick. He otherwise acted exactly as you expect, but potentially due to his unique physiology, his eyes did not change.
Whereas normally people's eyes will go glassy or their pupils will enlarge. His eyes looked exactly the same.
He's a normal human, right? He's not an alien.
He appears to be a normal human.
We could, yeah.
The only thing about him that's weird is he's got like the big Maz Kanata minion goggles that make his eyes appear like 3 times the size of normal people's eyes.
Right. Oh my god.
And he says, showed up recently. And he goes,
gave them their powers?
Started making big moves. And he goes, I don't know how we did it. I swear. And he goes, I don't know how we did it. I swear. but me and a couple of the others, he gave us these powers. Told us how to use them.
Interesting. And my second question, they probably wouldn't know how Bright Eyes got his powers or what powers they have.
He's not gonna know. He might know what powers he has. He's not gonna know where he got them.
Right. Fuck, I feel like that was enough of a thing for like the succeeding with style. I feel like that gave us everything.
You still don't know his motivation. If you want to just keep that, that's information that I feel comfortable.
Oh, that's right. What does Bright Eyes want? That's right. That was my other question.
Right. What does he want? And he goes, the box.
The box?
The box. They dug it up in a slag farm a few weeks back. And he's like panting. He goes, dug it up. Some farmer dug it up a few weeks back in one of the geysers. And he goes, sent some boys to go after it, but it got taken in by her. And he goes, it got given to the governor.
The governor, that's right.
Got some kind of deal worked out where he's gonna pass it off to the Empire. And he goes, but he wants it for himself. He said it's something to do with how to get more of these. He said it's something to do with how to get more of these powers. But he won't tell us what. But he says it's the box. He says that he describes it as it's the box, and he says it's glowing.
Oh.
Gotcha. Didn't Dorian say that the governor was a bearer of a false spark?
Yes.
He did say that the governor was a bearer of a false spark, and he says that he dug up a glowing box.
Right. Okay. This just got.
Oh, it's a glowing box.
We got a lot of answers out of this, and a lot more questions.
But he says that it's a glowing box that the Empire really wants, but that he's not passing off just yet.
Right. Okay. We need to go get that first.
It's a what?
Kazron?
I think that it's a holocron.
Who knows?
Oh, it might be. You're right.
That would be like Kazron's.
That would teach force powers. Yeah, I don't know if it could give force powers. I don't know. We need to investigate that further.
There's so much we don't know about the holocrons. Okay, there's so much. So
I think as far as these guys go, we're done with them. And if they want to run, we should let them run.
No.
You do whatever you want to do. I release him from, being force manipulated.
Great. He looks completely shaken.
I pull my hand away, and he, as if was tied to a rope attached to my hand that has severed, staggers back, gripping his temples.
Let's see here. He's gonna roll a cheeky little. Great. He stumbles back and he goes, "That ain't right. That ain't right what you did." As he looks panicked, looks around at all of you, looks over at Cole just slowly, or at Shar just removing lightsaber from the rock, looks over at Kazron, looks over at you. He looks up into the sky, and you hear a boom as you see him just yanked straight up into the air.
Like he jumped or he got pulled?
Well,
it kind of looks the same for him, but he fires straight up into the air, and you know what? You see him get like 50 feet up. Or get like 50 feet up, and then in the middle of the air, looks like he gets hit by an invisible baseball bat as he goes flying sideways across the sky.
Damn.
I think
I will be
someone's
right back. I
pissed.
need to go to the bathroom.
One of you with a gun can attempt to shoot him if you want, but at the moment he is fleeing.
I've got a question. Can I try to pull him back down to the ground?
Fuck yeah, you can.
Can I help him?
You know what? Yes.
Okay.
As a matter of fact. Hey, wait. Ben remembers the rules for tag teaming force abilities. So we'll wait till he gets back. But yes, this is absolutely within your purview. Hit him with the get over here.
Oh yeah, it's just slamming straight into the fucking earth. Like nobody's surviving this event. Okay, they hurt Pitter. Okay.
That was a death warrant on its own.
Okay, and that warrants death on its own. I already have scars, so like him cutting me like that and adding more kind of pisses me off. And then the minions, well, they should know better than to follow these idiots. Like,
well, they're not following him. They can't fly.
You know what I mean.
I was looking for the gift from Shadow of Mordor, but this'll do.
Hold on.
This is random, but Scorpion is my favorite.
Sub-Zero is my favorite.
Your soul is mine.
Sub-Zero is my favorite, but I suck at playing him, and I'm like a lot better as Scorpion, and it makes me sad.
Yeah, I will say you like Scorpion the best because you are a woman of good taste.
Thanks. It's actually like a kind of a really random reason because I've never. So when I was little, my dad had this little it's like a shoot, what's it called? It's like, you know, when you have like the two figurines and you have like controls for it to like hit each other until you knock one off and they fall down. My dad had
Rock'em Robots.
Yeah, like that. But there were Mortal Kombat characters, and one was Scorpion, and I forget what the other one was. And that's how Scorpion became my favorite.
If it was blue, it was Sub-Zero.
I can't remember what color the other one is.
If it was a piece of merchandise featuring Scorpion, and he was fighting somebody, it was Sub-Zero.
Yeah, pretty much.
No, I mean Scorpion's the coolest just because the rope dart is objectively one of the coolest weapons in all of Eastern martial arts.
Yeah. It's really cool.
Like, it's just, I'm sorry, the fucking rope darts are rad. He has the best catchphrase. Like, what do you want from me?
My deepest shame is that he's my main instead of Sub-Zero.
Understandable.
I remember, I think it was Mortal Kombat 11, it was Mortal Kombat 11 when that was coming out. At GameStop, they had like a Mortal Kombat 10, like if you could beat one of the employees, you get a prize. And I hadn't played it in months, and I forgot how. Round 1, I get my ass kicked. Round 2, I like barely squeak out a win, and I'm like, oh, I kind of remember how to play. And then round 3, I'm like, oh, I remember how to play.
Round 3, you just locked the fuck in.
Yeah, it was a very fun time that I had. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk.
No, Scorpion's rad. I actually really like his like I heard that the Mortal Kombat movie was really bad, particularly because they don't do any Mortal Kombating in it.
Yeah.
But I really do like first of all, the design of Scorpion is really cool. I like the origin of him using a rope dart as a weapon, like the flashback sequence. And the guy they got to play him is objectively one of the coolest human beings to have ever walked the earth. I always forget his name. It's something Shimura, I think. But like, he's like if you asked an AI to generate badass old samurai, and it just pops him out.
Hey, gang.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It is 8 o'clock in my neck of the woods, and I have to log off because it's my bedtime.
Yeah, I probably have to go as well. I just want to see if they get to spike. You know what? I think that might actually open up more combat. So I'll say we start with that next time.
Okay.
All right.
Like, I think we just cut
That's
off
fine.
and he's trying to run.
We'll spike the ball later.
Uh-huh.
Yep.
But hell yeah, y'all.
Woohoo!
What
Good
do you
night,
think
my
of-
viewer.
good night, y'all.
Good night, stream. See y'all
Bye.
around.